Hi, guys. I would like to talk a little bit today about 2022. Now, a lot of things have been happening in a very short time period. I mean, we're only in March, and people are kind of shaking their heads, going, what just happened? If you think about it, January started out a little bit flat. A lot of people were saying they didn't even want to celebrate. It didn't seem like New Year's. There was just kind of like an feeling in January. So people were wanting to sort of turtle at the end point of something, like as if they had just kind of gone up a mountain and had completely surrendered. So the more and more people I talked to, I realized like there was a big theme happening in January. And then you'll notice that when February hit, there was a solar flare, there were different things happening. A lot of people were being affected by emotions, like mental stuff was happening. There were protests, there were world events. There was just a big hit, or we can say an eruption happening. So people were at the point where, everything was just rising up, and any kind of inner turmoil that had been in them just kind of came out like a kaboom. And if you look at everything that's happening on a worldly level, war broke out, and we're kind of like coming into March a little bit, we'll say, shocked. And there's this big reality hit or reality check that's happening for people. And so people are thinking, okay, I I'm just like, I don't know what to think about the world. I don't know what to think about everything. And we're sort of like sitting, licking our wounds and just recovering. So March is about two things. Well, a lot of things, but two major things for me. It's about finding balance, right? But it's also about figuring out what is important. Sorry, what is important? So, what is important to me? Who is important to me? So, looking at life and thinking, what is life all about? So, the shocks that have been happening are causing a little bit of an identity crisis in people. And this identity crisis is, who am I? And I think this is a very important time period, very important, more than people understand. Now, who am I? What am I meant to do? How can I help the world? So, for some people, that means being active, putting things out there, helping people understand the truth of things. And for other people, it means that they are staying calm, praying, being very vigilant with their thoughts and emotions, and putting peace out into the world. And all of this is very important, all of it. We are coming to a period in April, possibly in May, where the angels have said that we are going to have to do things with blind faith. Now, when our faith has been shaken, when we don't know what it is that we believe, this becomes a little bit of a tricky position to be in. So how can you have blind faith in something that you do not know what's going to happen? So what they explained to me is that we had, as humans, a type of blind faith for a period of time while we were living in the 3D world, right? And the shakeup has been very much like a snake that's shedding its 3D skin. So the world as we knew it before is changing. So we can look at the conspiracy theories, we can look at different types of theories, and some of it is valid and very, very important that we educate ourselves. However, it's more important also that we go within and figure out, what is this awakening doing to me? Because this is what's happening. This is part of an awakening. So it's not a wake-up call to freak out. It's a wake-up call to act and to know where it is that you need to act. So we've had blind faith, like they said, in the world, but we've also had a lot of blind faith in our leaders. So this could be personal groups that you've been in. This could be world groups. This could be national leaders. And we've kind of thought that, everybody had our best interests. But as things are unfolding, and they will be unfolding in the next couple of months, we're going to realize, as humans, the angels have said that we are meant to be our own leaders, right? So it all starts with yourself. And it may seem on a smaller scale, but what is happening is you're being able to be put in a position in your life to be able to figure out, what is it that I want for myself, right? So I would like to lead myself in a positive direction. I would like to lead myself in a natural direction, or I'd like to start doing gardens. I'd like to start doing this. You're going to start making more of a stand with yourself. And instead of relying on things like a grocery store, instead of relying on things like, a banking system, what I'm saying is that people are going to really understand the barter system a little bit more. And it's not like everything is going to fall apart unless we let it. But people are becoming more in tune with the fact that they want to be independent and to be able to do things on their own. So stocking up maybe on vegetables, learning how to pickle vegetables. These are going to be things that are going to be processing within your mind, your body, your spirit, and your angels are going to be asking you to do in the next year. So preparing for that now, and getting your little seedlings out, starting gardens might be the thing to do. So think of it this way: the angels are saying we are not off. We are just sort of in the process of adjusting, right, in the new reality. So I want you to think about that. We are not off, and things will not be thrown off. There will just be a period of adjustment for the new reality. So we've been talking about this new reality for a very long time. A lot of people have been saying, bring on the 5D. And suddenly, boof, we go from 3D to 5D and people are freaking out. So we need to think, what do we need that will help us balance? So if we think 3D to 4D, then we're going to allow ourselves to be a little bit more settled so that we're not too high vibrational, right? Because when we're really high vibrational and we get hit like we did in February, then, we're going to be shocked and we're going to be traumatized, like what's happening to us right now in March. And you may also feel like you're kind of like, okay, I'm going to get myself organized. You might be cleaning closets right now. You might be kind of like taking control of your life and finding your power right now. Everybody's a little bit different, but a lot of people are telling me that they're just sort of like stuck in that shock period right now. But once the shock gets over with, you're going to find that you're going to be able to get on your feet and you're going to start moving with things, organizing things, doing all that stuff. So one of the lessons that we have been learning, right, is about power, and specifically about power hunger. So think of yourself. Have you been learning to let go, to not control things, to not control other people? Have you been learning to not let others control you? So this has been a theme that has been coming up, and it's really, really hitting us at this point, that power hunger issues are sort of showing itself on a global level. So think of power hungry people and how when they start to lose, they start to fight harder. So if you look at specific leaders that may have been sort of taking the lead in areas where maybe they shouldn't have, or making choices that were not for the highest good of everyone involved, then it's sort of like we're stuck dealing with somebody who may be a bit of a narcissist, as an example, and we're left dealing with that. So how does a person deal with a narcissist? How do you deal with aggression and allow yourself to be an assertive person when you feel like this is not for me? Okay, so we saw that with people choosing not to get the vaccines, or people choosing to. We saw that with, everything happening with the protests as an example, and then everything coming down hard on people for their own personal choices. So part of the lesson that we've been learning, and what we're still learning, is to think before you say yes. Think before you choose to behave. Think before you say no, right? Whatever it is, start thinking. So think, feel, and behave. Think, feel, behave. We need to allow ourselves to really stop, look at life choices. And before we just jump and we do something, we're going to have to learn to really kind of position ourselves to really understand, what are we, for example, voting for right now? So what I see is political systems getting a little bit more serious, and people kind of like checking, were the T's crossed, were the I's dotted, and are my T's and my I's dotted type thing. So people are going to really either vote or not vote with intention in the next while. So also, people are really going to be more aware of what they're taking in their body. So reading labels, checking out things, accepting things, not accepting things. So there's going to be global choices, health choices. There's going to be a lot of different choices that you'll notice that are coming in, and you're really going to stop, think, and then behave. I feel to pull a card. I was asked to bring specific cards in here today, and I didn't know if it was just for me. Okay. Okay, so they're showing it like as if we're doing a dance around the sun. So think of this as a 1-year period where we're going to become more super uber aware. And when we become aware, it doesn't mean that we have to become angry, sad, mad. Even though things are happening in the world, we need to just be aware for our own personal choices. And in so doing, we're going to calm energies also around the earth, but also we're going to be able to teach others how to be assertive with their power and not let aggression kind of take them over. So just because someone else is making a harsh decision, right? And yes, it affects us. It does not have to really affect us. So it can affect our outer world, but we can be very calm and very stable in our inner world. Okay, so the cards that are showing in is literally about dancing. Finding the celebration within. Okay, we have the coyote coming in and a totem pole. Very interesting. A cougar. Okay, so let's look at this. The coyote to me is like the wise fool, and when the coyote comes in, it means that you will never be a fool again. So whatever you feel has fooled you, kind of like gone beyond you, that you weren't willing to see before, you'll never ever get stuck there again. So if you were in a conversation where somebody disagrees with your side of things, you will never allow yourself to get stuck in that conversation again. As an example, you're not going to let somebody take you over and, I guess, like, allow it to go to that extent again. So I don't think it's a matter of, I'm going to avoid this person, I'm going to stay away from that person, and we're on this side, we're on that side, and you just side with the people that are on your side. It's going to be a matter of allowing yourself the freedom, right, to be where it is that you want to be without anybody telling you no, and just staying steady and not letting their decisions or indecisions, um, you know, or, their programs or their belief systems knock you over. Okay. The totem pole is very interesting. I love this card. I'll just show you the picture here. Now, the totem pole is very important because if you think of the totem pole, think of all the different animal guides that watch over you and how it's a statement of power. It's a statement of, being watched over. And your personal totem pole has different areas, within it that are showing you your strength. So if the coyote, for example, is one within your totem pole, then it's showing you that your lesson was to be a fool so that you'll never be one again. We had the cougar come in, and if the cougar is part of that totem pole, then the cougar is going to show you things like confidence, power, personal decisions. Cats teach you don't apologize. So you can have your opinion without having to apologize. But also, it's about being non-aggressive, because a cat can be very docile, can be easy, it's on its back, letting you rub it. And then the next thing, it's being very aggressive and it's, So think about the times that you are the aggressive one as well, right? And how you can use words that are going to be very calming, very effective for other people, that are also very neutral, that don't upset people. So I failed to pull another one here. Okay. This one is about prayer, sending out prayer, and about journey, going on a journey. Okay. So if we look at prayer, then it means whatever it is that you believe in, send light to that cause. And you have helpers. Remember the totem pole. So that also means that you have helpers in the spirit world that can help you deliver your belief system. But it's very important that when, for example, if I'm sending a prayer, I'll ask the Creator to send it within the divine will. Because sometimes the ego within myself might want things done a certain way, and I expect it to be done, that way, because I'm too emotionally involved in the subject. And so when I ask the Creator, to send it within the divine will, then my words are neutralized. It's like it's sent from a spiritual, non-emotional, non-personal point of view. And so I find that things will be answered a lot quicker. And also, like, how much faster can we have world peace? Put words out like that. When you're speaking to people, you might say, okay, this is happening, this war is happening. But I wonder how much quicker we can come to peace in the world. Normally, when we're talking about war, we don't turn it into a positive like that. But it's time that we do, right? So I wonder how much peace will come from this. I wonder how many people are waking up from this. I wonder how many people are, choosing to stabilize things in their own countries because of this situation, right? And we feel very strongly maybe about something. For example, the protests, you saw things that you could never erase. Okay. It's true. A lot of stuff that we saw was very difficult to see. So we could keep putting bad towards it, right? And help those people continue to suffer. Or we could say, wow, what a wonderful soul, or a wonderful spirit that could be so strong to stand up, and to do what it is that they were meant to do at that moment. God bless them. Angels bless them. Light bless them. Put light on them. Stamp them with light instead of stamping them with more fear, anger, frustration. Because their spirit literally chose to be there at that moment, right? To be engaged in that way, and to have something, forcefully go up against them. So were they pillars of light that were there to clash with a darkness, as an example? So, wow, what a strong pillar of light that person was, to be there, to hit or be hit right at that moment in time. Like, wow, I'm so proud of their spirit. I'm so proud that they could be so strong to do that. And so we need to look at it like, what is it that I'm meant to do in the world? What is it that I'm meant to say, do, stop, allow, not allow? And, you know, where can I be that strong pillar of light? So you don't have to be that person up there in the front line type thing, but you might be someone signing a petition. You may be someone choosing, to educate people. You may be someone to just send out positive messages and stay out of the whole thing. And it's okay to be in either direction, but it's when we take that personal like feelings that we had, our personal response to what we were seeing. And like I said, we'll never be able to erase what we saw, but we can reprogram it as a positive and send light to them, to ourselves. Okay. I just feel to pull another card. Owl. Oh, if you can see that. It's a beautiful, beautiful owl feather or wing. Whew, I feel so strongly when I picked up that card. I feel the wisdom, the strength, the understanding. So imagine that being part of your totem pole at the moment, and the owl saying, instead of who, maybe they're saying, who are you? Who are you? Or they could be saying, how can you bring light into the world? How can you be that pillar of light? How can you, cause good in the world? So what I've been doing is for myself, I've been, taking it all in and then saying to myself, even though this is happening right now, I am a peaceful being. Even though there is war, even though there is this, even though I am, a light being, and reminding myself of my role that is here. And I admit, I was dumbfounded and literally kind of went into a bit of a, a hit a stump type thing, not even knowing how to address this out there, because there's so many people that are contacting me from both ends of the spectrum. And how do you, as a human, react to something when you could be setting people off? And so I've been very careful, for example, what I posted and what I put out there in the world. And at the same time, I felt like when the time comes, the angels will come to me and they will give me the words. And so it was yesterday and it was today that those words started coming, those ideas, those understandings started coming. And I realized, okay, I have something to share, and something to share where it's not going to put my personal, imbalances out there and cause any more imbalance, right? I didn't need it to be out there all about me. So as I sit here and I kind of, allow myself to, really think about what I just said and what the angels would want us to know, I believe that we are being set up, yes, for global changes, but I also believe that we're being set up to be in control of what changes come. And there was no need for that awareness until actions happened, until events happened, and now the awareness is needed, right? So, some people say, okay, we were kind of stuck in this unicorn world, this fairy world where, we were just thinking all these positive things, and that was needed at the time, right? Because it was holding an energy on the earth. Now things are a little bit different. Think of it like the warrior angels are coming in. And if you saw my post on Facebook, you would have seen when a book literally fell off my shelf, I caught it. And when I caught it, it's like somebody just whipped the book open in front of me. And it was Quan Ti, which was a Chinese warrior. And it was saying that he would help with governments and being able to, fight systems and to do all this stuff. And I thought, wow, like how amazing is that? And I shared it on Facebook because I knew that people were wondering, who do we call right now? Because it's hard to feel your angels. It's hard to feel your guides when you're in a panic, right? When you're hit with that energy, which we were in February. So if you take this month in March, calm yourself down, lick your wounds, find your balance, regenerate, you'll find in the next couple months, you'll know what your role is. For now, if you know your role, keep doing it. If you don't know it yet, then just keep feeding the light, saying things as positive as you can. And peace will come when we choose to allow peace to be a part of our world, right? So think of it like, if you can't go, for example, to a country that's at war right now, right, that's being attacked, and you can't help the people and you feel helpless, then if you say, okay, I choose a group of 100 people or angels, wherever it is that you feel is needing it the most right now, and sit in your space, feel the peace, feel love, have a nice tea, eat food, right, in the name of those people. So if you have a cup now of water, you could pause this and go get one. As an example, I have my tea, and I imagine the people that they can't have a tea right now. They can't just sit and be at peace, right? So imagine just literally sitting and calming your body and being that peace for them and feeding their spirit with light, but also with the tea, just or the water, whatever it is that you have. Just offer them this space and see their spirit strong, right? Their intuition strong, so that they know where to go, what to do, how to do it. And I don't know who it was, but just in that moment, I felt somebody pop, into my awareness, as if I was connected with that soul or a number of souls. And I could feel them just having calmness, even if it's just for that moment. But you can ask that that calmness be copied and paste, copied and paste, copied and paste into all the different areas, right? So if you only have 5 minutes to meditate, 5 minutes to really focus on feeding their spirit, right? If that's all you can do, then ask that it be copied and pasted to everyone who needs it at any time that they need it in the world, okay? So I invite you to do that today. Your next meal, maybe light a candle, right? And as you're eating, think of somebody else who has a hungry belly being fed and feeling peace at that moment, and just having the strength to be able to get up and do what it is that they need to do, so that they never forget who they are. Thank you. Love you guys. Thank you. Welcome to openupwide.com. This is the website for souls that are searching to develop their spirituality deeper and to raise their vibration and their awareness on a much higher level. Open Up Wide is a membership program where every month you will access a new live webinar, new meditation, new 3-card reading, and a new channeling. Also, you can watch previous videos, and listen to all previous meditations. There's so much more to explore, so let me show you around. With our easy navigation, you can find all upcoming live webinars and watch previous webinars for 1 year. In monthly meditation, you can look under different sections and find meditations that can help you with self-healing, relaxation, and more. Also, every month you'll get a 3-card reading that can help you with your daily matters. You can watch all previous recordings and pick a number again between 1, 2, and 3. Every month I'll be channeling the archangels, the guides, about different topics that we need to understand in this changing world. Check out the Oracle card section. Do a 3-card reading for yourself, or a love spread. Pull cards for past lives, or do a reading for friends. And then there's the library section, where there are over 3,000 spiritual meanings. If you're a dreamer, check what your dreams want to tell you. Read articles and watch videos by leading professionals. You can watch all the short videos that we put together from live events, designed to help people grow and learn. Be sure to check other special events like transformation updates, group readings, and all the different master classes that we have to offer. There's so much to explore, so many things to do, and so much more to come. So many ways for you to open up wide.